Hello everyone, I'm Rohan Patnaik and I welcome you to my project AI Enhanced Adaptive Learning Platform for Schools. Talking about the problem, teaching is a very daunting and challenging task. In the present era with new methodologies and digital and smart learning, the role of teachers has evolved over a period of time. If we see learning process as a holistic process, we see connectivity and communication between three groups: teachers, students, and parents. Talking about the task analysis, we see a student's daily learning routine in the school and of the school as the major task. The first step is attending live classes, attending doubt clearing sessions in the school, then examinations, and then scores and paper display, homework, and co-curricular activities. We'll talk about the challenges faced in this task analysis. Different learning abilities and capacities of students. Lack of effective communication, engaging lesson plans that fit the curriculum, behavior and classroom management, teachers' work-life balance. So our solution is an app or a digital platform for two end users, teachers and students. The students will get simplified tablet with parental controls. They'll access the app on the tablet under parents' supervision. The teachers will also be trained to understand the user flow of the platform and connect with each student. Talking about the user inputs and outputs. The AI platform will take inputs from the students such as student profiles, learning preferences, performance history, other interests, student study duration in a day. Now the platform will provide personalized outputs based on these inputs such as recommended learning materials, quizzes, assignments, study schedules tailored to each student's needs. The platform will also take inputs from the teachers such as grades and scores for exams, emotional and intellectual rating, attendance of each student. There is also a feedback loop involved here. The platform will incorporate a feedback loop mechanism where teachers provide feedback on effectiveness and recommended materials and activities. The students will provide feedback on quality and relevance of the content. Talking about the transparency, the platform shows transparency by explaining why specific learning materials are recommended to each student. In this way, it will provide insight into how the system adapts to the recommendations based on students' progress, strengths, and areas for improvement. Talking about the uncertainty. The model shows uncertainty by acknowledging that the learning outcomes may vary. It provides probabilistic estimates for each topic and thus fostering realistic expectations in the students. Now here, a kind of augmentation is required. Teachers' intervention is required along with the personalized recommendations by the model, where the teachers can approve these recommendations based on child's actual strength. Talking about a real-time progress tracking for both students and teachers to monitor their individual progress. Personalized resources. Student struggles with a particular concept, the AI provides additional resources and practical opportunities tailored to each student. Emotional support. The model implements sentiment analysis to detect signs of frustration or confusion in student interactions. Thus, it provides supportive messages and some resources to support the student emotionally. Screen time manager. The model monitors the time spent on the screen by each student and thus preventing them from suffering from some harsh or difficult eye diseases or harsh effects on the eyes. Let's talk about privacy considerations. Data collection and usage. The platform collects sensitive student data including performance history, learning preferences, and progress. These data should be collected with explicit consent from parents or guardians. Talking about data security, robust security measures are essential to safeguard student data from unauthorized access or breaches. Third-party partnerships. If third-party content or services are integrated into the platform, potential data sharing agreements and privacy implementations must be thoroughly assessed and communicated to users. Anonymization and aggregation. Anonymizing data can help protect student privacy while still allowing for valuable insights. Talking about the privacy laws, Some of the laws that may be applied on this product are General Data Protection Regulation or GDPR, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act or COPA, Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act and FERPA, California Consumer Privacy Act CCPA. So these are the laws that might be applied on this platform if the users are belonging to European Union or from the states of America. Now let's talk about some ethical considerations. Different biases in the AI system can arise from different sources such as data collection, defining features and labels, and feedback loop. Historical bias. If historical data shows certain groups of students receiving less attention or resources, the AI might reinforce these disparities. Socioeconomic bias. The product might favor students from more privileged socioeconomic backgrounds due to differences in available resources, access to technology, or learning environments. Gender and ethnic bias. Biased recommendations can arise if the system fails to equally represent gender and ethnic diversity in its learning materials. Measurement bias. The AI model might use only grades to represent a student's strength and learning ability. Feedback loop bias. If the AI system receives biased feedback from the users, for example, teachers favoring certain types of student, it can reinforce existing biases in its recommendations. Thus, we need to mitigate biases on the basis of fairness, accountability, and transparency. Diverse and representative data. To ensure that training data reflects the diversity of the student population can minimize biases. Feedback on recommendations. If we regularly take feedback on the recommendations provided by the model from teachers and students, it can mitigate bias at large. Human intervention. Involving human educators and reviewers in the system decision-making process can counteract algorithmic biases. Complaint forum. A complaint forum can be created for the users such as teachers and students to file complaints when they see there are some violations against the values and laws. Transparency and explainability. Making the AI's decision-making process transparent and explainable can allow users to understand and challenge potential biases. Thank you.